hello. I feel like it's been way too long since I just sat down in front of the camera and chatted to you. So we're just gonna have a chat today. This video is probably gonna be way too long, but basically what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna give you a really quick life update, and then we're gonna talk about mental health and how everything in my brain right now feels like a big contradiction. So first, the life update. So for the last few months, I've been contracted, which basically just means I'm like a temp at a job that I actually kind of fell in love with. I guess it's not that surprising. I'm the social media manager for a travel company, so it's right up my alley. It's freaking perfect. But what I didn't see coming was how much I love my coworkers and my manager and the company itself, and how I just really love what everyone is doing, and like, I don't know, I just love the work atmosphere. So I did not expect to fall in love with this job, but I totally did, and then they offered me a permanent position. So it is just under full-time, which means that I will still be able to continue here on YouTube. You guys probably won't see much of a difference at all. You might actually see an increase in how much travel I'm doing this year, which is really exciting. But for the most part, I'm continuing to do 2 videos a week right now. I get to work this awesome job I love that has like a stable income, so it's way less stressful than if I'm just doing freelance only. But I also get to continue doing my own freelance stuff. So it's really the best of both worlds. I couldn't have dreamed up a better job situation. If any of you guys are in the position of looking for new work right now, I know how freaking difficult it is, especially to find just like the right job. I spent most of 2017 looking for work, and I actually did end up refusing my first job offer, and I'm so glad I did, because like as soon as I refused that job offer, the interview came up for the job that I have right now. And if I hadn't refused it, then I would have not had this job. So I don't know, everything kind of like worked out like way later than I expected it to, but it all worked out in the end. So I hope that gives you guys hope if you are looking for work. Oh, and side note, we have a roommate. I don't know if you care, but Eric and I have never really had a roommate before. And we've lived together for like over 5 years now. I feel so old. Abe is in love with having like a bigger pack. He's like, can we just keep adding more roommates? Like then we'll have a big pack and I can get excited about people coming home like 6 times a day instead of 3. He's so cute. So yeah, everything's going really well in like work life, personal life, all that stuff. The same cannot be said for my mental health, unfortunately. I feel straight up crazy lately. Oh, before I really get into it though, I just want to say I am not a medical professional. I am not a psychiatric professional, but if you are just feeling straight crazy like me and you need professional help, I have the link to something really exciting below, which is BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online counseling website. I'm part of their affiliate program, and I'm also a customer. I was actually a customer first, and then I joined the affiliate program because I love it so much. So I definitely recommend that if you guys are looking for affordable counseling, especially if you've never really done counseling before. It's actually a really nice way to like have like a soft entry into the world of like having a therapist. And it's really flexible, like it's all on you when you want to do it. So you can do unlimited messaging back and forth. You can do a video call once a week. You can do phone calls, and there's a money back guarantee. So if you get into it and you're like, this didn't help me at all, then you don't have to worry. I've linked that down below. So anyways, I just feel like my brain is like at war with itself, and I don't know why. Everything's going great in my life. Like I have a great marriage, I have a great job, we feel stable, you know, I love my dog. Like, I don't know, there's nothing really going on in my life, yet my brain is like just going crazy lately. So let's start with the anxiety. My anxiety lately has just been like obsessive thoughts. Not just, but like it's primarily been obsessive thoughts. So basically, like right now in my life, for instance, I've got this awesome job opportunity in front of me. All the transition's happening like next week. So things are a little crazy and confusing right now, but yeah, next week everything's gonna start to get like a little more settled. So hopefully that helps my brain to settle down as well. But anyway, so I have like this great job. I am having fun on the weekends with my husband. We've been doing really well with our meal planning. Like, I don't know, I'm just picking out some happy parts of my life, right? So I've got all these happy things going. If one thing is going on that's stressing me out, I cannot help but focus on that, like hyper focus on it, and just think about it over and over and over and over. And it's like my brain trying to solve the problem when there's no solution. So it's pretty crappy and it just is exhausting. And that mindset has really led me to some sleeping issues. I've had to take melatonin before bed like a ton of times the past few weeks, and normally I never really had to take it. I just like have not been able to fall asleep on my own very well. I've been like undersleeping a little bit on days that I'm super anxious. And yeah, I'm just like struggling to catch my thought process before I go down that spiral of anxiety. I'm like really just struggling. I don't know what else to say about that. It's like my brain is like trying to calculate like how we're gonna solve a problem, and then there's literally no solution. So it's just these constant like, there's just a lot going on in my brain. It's just too much. It's so freaking tiring. Then my body's like, no, you can't sleep. So the flip side is the days that I've been struggling with depression. Those have actually been like common in the last couple of months. Everything's fine in my life. Like everything's great. There's nothing wrong with me, just in my brain. Depression, unlike anxiety, is like, let's just sleep all day. Let's do nothing. Everything sucks and everything I look at makes me feel sad inside. So let's just go to bed and stay there forever. Like literally that's where my brain goes. And to contradict that anxiety where my brain feels like it's so full of thoughts that there's like no more room for anything else, the depression makes me feel like my brain is 100% empty and I just am like numb. In reality, if you saw me through my daily life, you'd probably be like, oh, she's fairly functional. Like I, you know, like I don't forget to eat meals. Like I go to work, I do a good job at work, I smile, I talk to people. Like it's not, I'm very high functioning. It's just that like in my brain, things are not as functional. That makes sense. It's like fighting through that anyways. Oh, this video is very unorganized. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so there's like this numbness and like just heavy sadness that comes along with it. I have a whole video on like what depression feels like, and that's a much better explanation of what it feels like in my head and actually in other people's heads too, because I had a bunch of people collaborate with me on that. And then on the flip side of this, there's a billion flip sides to this, is mania. I've been struggling with mania lately. So I've been kind of like almost mood cycling. Like if I'm feeling really manic, like I want to talk a million miles per hour, everything makes me super excited, just like so overly hopeful for the future, and I have like a million ideas and like things I want to do and I'm gonna accomplish so much, and my brain is just like pew pew, super happy, positive thoughts, but like to a not great level. You know what I mean? That's mania in a nutshell. It's like too much. So yeah, I've just been feeling like a freaking walking contradiction lately. Like my life is great, but my brain is struggling. I have like anxiety that makes me never be able to fall asleep, but then I have depression that makes me want to sleep all the time. I love social situations, and so I really enjoy them. But for me, I think lately I've been enjoying them more because it's a distraction from what's going on in my brain. The hardest times for me are when I'm relaxing, when I'm by myself, and when my job is to do nothing. That is so hard for me. So a game plan for like trying to improve on this, I really want to get back into my anxiety journal. I also have a couple books that I really want to read. I've been craving like some kind of like connection to, I don't know, the earth, I guess. So I really want to continue in the Celestine Prophecy series. I freaking love that first book, and I've had the second book for a really long time now, and I've only read like a couple pages. I just couldn't get into it, and so I'm kind of thinking that that's a good book to get into right now. I also have been wanting to read a book about just like world religions, like all the different religions in the world, just because I think it would give me a little bit of perspective. I think too big. I'm thinking too big all the time. Now I'm getting a whole nother tangent, but let's just go with it. You're scared of failing and you have like strong emotional like attachments to things, and like you want to accomplish things, but at the same time nothing matters. That doesn't compute. Hold on, the battery needs to take a second to like cool down, so let me gather my thoughts and come back. I remember what I was thinking. So I'll feel really manic, or I'll just have some sort of happy thought, and then I think about it for too long and it gets ruined by the like eventual like crumbling of like everything. You know what I mean? Like I think too big too often. I don't know. I think reading about world religions would give me some perspective on like just the way a lot of people around the world think about death. I'm a really open-minded person, and so even at the point in my life when I was very like connected to a particular religion, I still would have thoughts like this all the time. Like I want to learn more about philosophy, more about people's like spiritual connectedness in the world and different things like that. That's like goal one, is to like do more soul searching in a way, like allow myself to do a little bit more soul searching and feel more connected to people in our environment. Number 2 goal, try to break out that anxiety journal. Maybe the goal for now is just like on the weekends. Goal 3 would definitely be to do more meditation. And I think goal 4 for me is to post more in the Fearless fam. Like I just wanna like use that as a place, that's on Facebook, by the way, Facebook.com/group/the Fearless fam, link down below. I wanna use that as a place to find community and find inspiration in other people, essentially. So to be honest with you guys, I actually took like a little bit of a break with my counselor with BetterHelp, mostly just for money reasons. But I think I'm going to get back into it because I really like need the support, you know? So yeah, that's a really good option for all of us on here. I mean, it's like, it's online, so it doesn't matter. If you're in China, for example, you can still do BetterHelp as long as you have the VPN. How's that going, by the way? If anyone in China is still watching this video at the very end of it, let me know how it's going, because I've heard a little bit of mixed reactions and I don't want to keep recommending ExpressVPN if it's not working. Like that's not my goal. That's the opposite of the goal. The goal is to share good things with you guys and enrich your lives in some way. I don't know what I'm talking about. So how you feeling? Put that in the comments below. That's what I want to know. How are you feeling lately? Just could be one word, a couple words, a rant, whatever you like. I feel a little empty right now, to be honest. I don't really know what to do. I want to do maybe a little bit of gardening. The seeds didn't die, guys. Let me show you. This is the last thing I'll show you and then I'll let you go. My video sleeps. That is my cilantro. It's alive. Those on the right hand side are little tomato plants and on the left you see that teeny tiny little thing, that is basil. So yeah, turns out they didn't die after all. I hope you found some kind of encouragement or solace or you connected in some way with this video. If you made it to the end, comment below. Taco. And thanks for watching. I will see you in a couple days. Okay, bye.